Alright, October 28th. It looks like it is about 2:30 in the morning. Right now my camera is almost pointed straight up, so we're looking at the bottom of it, which is really weird. It's like the 11:30 position, and it's almost right over my head, 44 north. Alright, so let's just do a little crash course on the moon phases and whether they're opposite in the southern hemisphere. Hemiflat. This is all freely admitted on Google. This is homeworkhelp.co.uk. Side of the moon and its phases vary depending on our location on Earth. Okay. Alright. Phases. They vary. It doesn't happen on the same day. These relationships that occur and repeat can only occur because the moon is always following the sun, and it's almost the same speed. It might be closer in, it might be further out, but it's always following around this circuit, just a little bit slower than the sun is. And because of that, we have consistent moon cycles. They keep repeating. These phases do not occur on the same days each month. That's from planetary.madison.k12.wisconsin, I think, .us. Government, education. So one of the most important things to realize when you're looking at any photo is that it is difficult to really tell where up and down is on the moon. This video was taken end of October, and I was pretty much directly below the moon. So it's actually a really deceptive picture because we're almost pointed straight up. Just really up and down is depending on which way I've got my camera facing. So I wasn't gonna initially share this video. It's important to understand where down is on the moon so that you can kind of figure out where the sun is. So I'm basically looking straight up in the sky. Down I circle in red here so that you can see that this is this is definitely relative to how the camera is angled type of thing, but it's still the same story. It doesn't hurt your reading at all. You just figure out where that light is coming from. You track the sun. It's always going to be in the evening. It's going to be in the west, coming up around to the north, and then to your east. Every single night, you'll be able to figure out where the sun is located. So my reading here was 37 degrees. I'm not sure if that north is on the right side. To tell you the truth, like I say, it's confusing. Here's something that's not confusing, though. According to my reading, it was about 2:30. That makes it 37.5 degrees from north. And this picture exactly describes what I see in the sky and what you're going to see in the sky. And then when you ask people in Africa at the same time, hey, is the sun overhead? They will be able to tell you that, yes, at that time, the sun was directly overhead. Everything makes sense on a flat Earth. Everything works on a flat Earth. You can use the flat Earth, and you can't use the ball model for anything. And here's my challenge to you. If you think that your ball model is worth anything, I want you to predict when noon will be. Make your prediction and take your observation and record it all. Alright, so I released a video the other day. Spotted Sharks made a comment. If the moon were directly overhead, then we would see the underside of the moon, yes. But at the same time, a person a few thousand miles away would see a different side of the moon. In reality, everyone who can see the moon at a given time sees exactly the same side and phase. So, I mean, I just showed you on Google that that's not even That's not even one of the claims. So I'm like, wrong. I didn't look it up or anything because, I can tell time by the moon. So I don't need models. I don't need opinions really. It's more like I just look at the moon. There the sun is. It's across the flat earth in the north, even though they say that there's 24 hours of light in Antarctica, which is in the south. That's in the south. Right now, it's supposed to be 24 hours of sun in the south. So this guy's claim is essentially that while I'm in the north looking at a moon that's also in the north, that somehow people on the other side of it see the exact same thing, which is ludicrous. And that's why it's admitted in Google that this isn't even true. In fact, the phase is different from all other latitudes. Also, 90% of people live in the northern hemiflat. The bottom of the moon can't ever be lit because the sun is never down from the moon, relatively or otherwise. Spotted sharks. No, everyone sees the same phase at the same time, regardless of latitude. Latitude affects how the moon appears and the orientation to the observer. Tycho's crater might be at 6 o'clock for a London observer, but at the same time it will be at 12. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so this is what happens when, you get on the internet and you're just like, well, this thing claims this, so this guy's never been to London or to a Cape Town observer, I think. I can't read it. Yeah, like Google just said, that's not true. And it's not that I just trust Google, it's just that I look up in the sky and it's totally obvious that the sun comes from across the North Pole. The North Pole. So I know people have a hard time with straight lines and stuff because this globe stuff, we've been retarded. The science only tells you one thing, that just like this video here proves absolutely and definitively, whether this is a ball or a flat earth, south is down here from me. Okay? So, and then where's the sun? Well, north. It goes all the way up straight across the North Pole. North. Okay? That can't happen on a ball earth where the sun is in the north, but it's lighting up only the south for 24 hours, all day and all night long. So all of this video is done in the dark, right? That's dark. Well, it's light in Antarctica everywhere. That's what they say. And yet the light is coming from the north. So it's impossible. So what's north of me? I'm in Oregon. So north of me is like, past the North Pole is like Turkey. Is the sun directly over Turkey? Because that's what's north of me on the ball or on the flat earth, no matter what. The sun's not directly over Turkey, and you could call somebody in Turkey and be like, hey, is the sun directly over you? So, no, it's not even in the north then. So, where is it? Because I'm looking at the moon and it reveals the sun's location to be in the north, but it's not in the north, it's in the south. So, that means south is a ring that goes all the way around us. That's all it can mean. That's all it's ever meant.